Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, September 20th through Sunday, September 26th. I'd like to thank all of my supporters who subscribe and donate to help keep my channel going, and like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please take the time to click on that subscribe button and click on the notification bell. You'll be notified each time I upload something. Also, check out my monthly forecast, and down in the description below there's a link to my website where you can check out my services as far as if you would like your personal chart done. What I'm doing right now is just like a general reading, so you would have to actually have your personal chart done to have it be more specific to you. And there's also the ask me a question. If there's only like one thing on your mind that you would like to know and you don't need any more than that, okay? And there's also a link there in the description to that. Okay, so for this week there's 4 major aspects, and 3 are from Libra and 1 is from Scorpio. So on Monday the 20th, not only is it a full moon in Pisces, and that is covered in your monthly forecast, so you'll have to listen to your monthlies to find out more about the full moon. On this day though, Mercury in Libra trines Jupiter in Aquarius. On Wednesday the 22nd, Mercury in Libra squares Pluto in Capricorn. And on Thursday the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio opposes Uranus in Taurus. And on Saturday, Mars in Libra trines Saturn in Aquarius. So these are actually all pretty nice aspects. Even that square from Mercury to Pluto isn't bad. So we'll start off with Aries, okay? On Monday, September 20th, Mercury in Libra in your 7th house trines Jupiter, transiting in your 11th house of Aquarius. And, well, I'll get to this one first. Okay, anyways, both Mercury and Jupiter are big travel planets. Okay, now your 7th house, where you have the sign of Libra, Libra is your opposite sign. Okay, so with Mars being here, I've mentioned, you know, in your monthlies at least, that there could be somebody being a little bit aggressive towards you right now. The 7th house is the house of close relationships and partnerships. So somebody like that in your who's in your life, a romantic partner, business partner, close friend, could even be like a competitor at this time. And the 7th house is also the house of open enemies, meaning that someone that you don't get along with, and it's like common knowledge, okay? But this very nice trine to your 11th house, where you have Aquarius and Jupiter and Saturn transiting right now, your 11th house of dreams, hopes, and wishes, your most sociable house. It's your house of your friends, acquaintances, where you would normally go to hang out, and any kind of organization that you belong to. It's a very fun house. So someone right now in your life, a partner or close friend, could introduce you to a new group of people. It could be in a way a friendly kind of thing, but it could also be a little bit of networking going on. They're even perhaps putting in a good word for you as far as an organization goes that you would like to belong to. Or maybe they're just taking you out somewhere, turning you on to some new place to go to. Possibly maybe someplace you've always wanted to go. And, you know, this is like now the opportunity, to do that very thing. On Wednesday, the 22nd, Mercury in Libra in your 7th house squares Pluto, transiting in your 10th house of Capricorn. So these planets together, kind of like the square, you know, it's something you can work around, but a lot of times, you know, your 10th house is your house of your career and your outer persona, your public life, how you're known by reputation professionally and personally. But it's more or less your career, okay? It's being in the public eye. A square from your 7th house of close relationships and partnerships from Mercury means that possibly someone close to you, one of your close partners, is trying to talk you into doing something differently in your career, or doing something maybe that you're not comfortable with. It could be a way of doing business. If this is a romantic partner, they may want you to, I don't know, do something publicly, or profess whatever when you're out in public somewhere or other, to acknowledge them possibly. But these two planets together usually means that somebody's trying to convince you of something. Okay. This person could be trying to convince you of something in your career, that you're doing something wrong, or that you should do this, or that they know more than you do. They know better what's better for you. Okay, so just take it, let it go in one ear and out the other, more or less. On Thursday, the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio in your 8th house opposes Uranus transiting in Taurus in your 2nd house. So both of these houses are the money houses. The 2nd house is income from the kind of work that you do. And 8th house is passive money coming to you through means other than earning it. So actually having Venus in the 8th house of other people's resources and money means that this is a really good time to hit somebody up for a loan, or help in some way. Doesn't always have to be monetary. Resources can be people. This is like really a nice transit, no matter where it's occurring. Okay, but this is happening in like I said, your money houses. But your 2nd house is also things that you own that are valuable, and your 8th house is like legacies and inheritances. And somebody could actually just gift you with something of theirs, it could be something that is a family heirloom, but it's really unusual. Okay, these two planets together bring about an unusual occurrence somewhere along the way. It's something different, something a little bit more exciting. That's what these two planets together bring about, is excitement and something different, something a little bit more adventurous. So maybe you're even gambling. It's not like a very big deal, because it's kind of weak on its own, just Venus, opposing Uranus. But it could bring sudden like money into your pocket. But it's not a large sum. But it's nice, maybe you'll hit on a slot machine or something. On Saturday, Mars in Libra in your 7th house trine Saturn, transiting in your 11th house of Aquarius. So another very nice trine from your partnership house to your 11th house of friends, organizations, but also dreams, hopes, and wishes. So Saturn governs stability in your life. Okay, it stabilizes or stops you dead in your tracks, period, and prevents you from moving forward until you correct something or other. Okay, so that's what Saturn in your 11th house is doing, is it's kind of like weeding out people in your life that you really don't need. They are in fact blocking you. There's someone there that is blocking you. However, you have Jupiter here at the same time, which is bringing new people that are good for you in your life. Okay, into your life. But Jupiter will be moving in December, and all you're going to have here is Saturn. So right now, a partner or close friend could be pointing out to you some of the people that you should probably ditch. Okay, they're draining you, or they're like in your way. They're preventing you from pursuing a goal, or even as far as joining an organization goes, there could be somebody there kind of like blackballing you or something. Okay? For Taurus, on Monday, September 20th, Mercury in Libra in your 6th house trines Jupiter, transiting in your 10th house of Aquarius. So this is very nice from your 6th house of the workplace and the kind of work that you do, and your co-workers, your work schedule, to your 10th house of your career, and your public persona, how people speak about you publicly, how you're known by reputation, professionally and personally. So you must be doing something at work where somebody is singing your praises. You know, if it's a higher up, they're telling the head of the company possibly about you, or putting in, let's say, like a promotion of some kind. You're on like a short list or something or other. And, you know, but it's really verbal. Let's hope it's just not a pat on the back. Let's hope there's some more money in that. And in it for you, because usually when Jupiter's in your 10th house, you do have some kind of promotion. Okay, somewhere along the way. And remember, Jupiter's here till December. So you still have time for this to happen if it hasn't happened already. On Wednesday, the 22nd, Mercury in Libra in your 6th house squares Pluto, transiting in your 9th house of Capricorn. So I would have to say that, you know, your 9th house is many things. It's foreign anything, okay? Foreign language, foreign people, people from another country, a different background than yours, foreign travel, okay? Big travel house here. It's also the house of higher knowledge. And usually what I associate with these two houses is you may have possessed knowledge that is that helps you do your job, and you're possibly like trying to help your coworkers in some way or other. And the reason you have this knowledge could be because of your educational background, but it could also be because of your cultural background, okay? Something like that. So, you know, it's usually the square between Mercury and Pluto means someone's trying to convince you of something, okay? To change your mind or to accept whatever, you know. So you know different, you know. If you are trying to inform your co-workers, like give them tips on how to do something at work, some job, the way the assignment should be done or something like that, they're kind of probably going to just like blow you off. Or somebody else could be trying to do that to you, trying to get you to do something their way, but you know better, okay? On Thursday, the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio in your 7th house opposes Uranus transiting in your 1st house of Taurus. So this is like a really nice transit, even though it's an opposition. It causes, okay, Venus is in your 7th house of close relationships and partnerships. So this is the house of romance. We'll say romantic partner. That's what I'm going to say here because Venus is here, right? And Scorpio is your opposite sign. The opposition to Uranus in your 1st house just means something could happen in one of your close relationships. If it isn't romantic, it could be like with a close friend. Or this is the house of a business partnership. So somebody like could put the moves on you though, or express like romantic feelings towards you that you are very surprised about and maybe even uncomfortable with. You know, you weren't expecting it, came totally out of the blue. Something like that. Or you could actually just accidentally blurt out something like that, you know, or even spill the beans, you know, on your true feelings about someone, to either to them or to a friend, you know, express like an interest in someone that you had no intention on like even discussing. But this is also a time where you're looking for a little bit of excitement or to do something different, something a little bit more adventurous within your close relationships. So if you had anything planned for this day, you may not end up doing what you planned, or you could just like wake up that morning and decide that you really have to get out there and do something that you haven't done for a while or have always wanted to do. It's just like one of those transits when you feel the need to get out there and do something different. Okay, on Saturday, I don't have the date here. Whatever Saturday's date is, the 25th, I believe. Anyways, Mars in Libra in your 6th house, trine Saturn, transiting in your 10th house of your career. So we're back to the workplace and your job, your career, okay, your position even. And this is very nice transit from Mars kind of put you in a really good position. In fact, this could be when you do get that promotion. It gives you an awful lot of responsibility, though. That's usually what happens, especially with these two planets here. A lot of work. But the Mars thing means that you are kind of being put in charge, possibly, or given an awful lot of power, but again, an awful lot of responsibility. But it kind of really stabilizes your position wherever it is that you work. And if you don't work at all and you're retired, there's still something about your reputation in some way or other that gives you a really good, people look at you with a lot of respect. Okay, so it solidifies your reputation, let's say, even in just your own neighborhood. Okay? So, for Gemini, on Monday the 20th, Mercury in Libra in your 5th house trines Jupiter transiting in your 9th house of Aquarius. So, having Libra in your 5th house of fun, you know, Mercury is your ruling planet, so it's doing well here. You know, it's going to turn retrograde like next week, I believe, the 27th. So it's getting ready to do that, and you may get this the feeling of this already starting to happen. Anyways, your 5th house is your house of fun and romance and entertainment of any kind, amusements. It's like the theater, movies, dancing. Anything to do with children. Maybe you're doing things with your children or someone else's, or going to a place like an amusement park or something or other. This is also the house of creativity, but it's the big romance house. Okay, and a very nice trine to your 9th house where you have Jupiter. 9th house is like long distance travel, foreign travel, foreign people, people from other countries, long distance communications, media and publishing. You might have written something or created something that needs, let's say, like legal guidance or something, if you want to copyright or trademark whatever it is that you've done. Especially if you're in a collaboration and it's yours, you know, you want what's yours, and or is it a shared project, and you both get credit or whatever. But you could actually be having like a long distance romance. It could be a long distance collaboration though too, as far as creativity goes. So something like that just means that these are both like travel planets, Mercury and Jupiter. So I would say that maybe you are either traveling to some place to have fun, or someone's possibly coming to visit you, or maybe you are just hearing from someone at this time. But this whole thing is in regards to romance or fun in some way or other, or a creative project. Okay. On Wednesday the 22nd, Mercury in Libra in your 5th house squares Pluto transiting in your 8th house of Capricorn. And this isn't like too much of a big deal, okay? Like these two planets together usually mean that someone is trying to convince you of something. They're trying to get you to change your mind, or to get you to believe whatever it is that they're saying. It's not that it's a lie, but they're really trying to heavily influence you. Okay, and having Pluto in your 8th house of other people's resources and money, this could be in regards to money. Or somebody could be trying to get you to spend, or use your credit card, or take money out of the bank. And it's to do something fun, you know, or it's to do you know, something in regards to your child, you know, that you have to dish out money for, or something like that. But it kind of looks like they, you know, if this is regarding romance, that possibly maybe this person that you're involved with would like to borrow money from you or something, or would like to borrow something of yours, okay? Doesn't have to be money. It could be something that you own that they would like to use. On Thursday, the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio in your 4th house opposes, in your 6th house. Venus in your 6th house in Scorpio opposes Uranus in your 12th house of Taurus. So this is a really nice transit. You have Venus in your 6th house of the kind of work that you do, the workplace, your co-workers, whatever kind of work that you do. Having Venus here makes it a little bit more pretty, or more pizzazz to it, no matter, even if you do something really kind of boring or whatever. But it does bring about really pleasant interactions with your co-workers. But this opposition to Uranus in your 12th house of secrets and behind the scenes occurrences means that possibly you may discover that somebody has a secret crush on you, somebody you work with, or vice versa. They may discover that you have the hots for them or something or other. Or you could even like walk in on someone who is in the middle of, I don't know, some embrace or something or other at work. You know, you could catch somebody accidentally in some kind of romantic interlude or whatever. These planets together, they bring about this very sudden, like unexpected events that happen in usually like a relationship. So because it's occurring at work, I'd have to say it's something like, you know, with a coworker or a boss or something weird like that. Or let's hope, you know, your boss doesn't hit on you or what, I don't know, something like that. But anyways, this is also a time where you feel like doing something really different, something very unexpected, spur of the moment. You know, even if you don't work at all, you still have this transit going on. So you could just decide that, you know, you would maybe you've had something on your mind that you've wanted to check out. You weren't real sure, you know, even how to do something, whatever, find out more about this subject or whatever, or even a person that you more than likely don't want anyone to know about. So this may be the day that you decide to do some snooping and, you know, find out whatever you can about whomever or whatever, but you're not going to let anybody really know about it, because it's not like it's embarrassing to you, but you feel like you're having like a secret affair or something. It makes you feel like you're doing something like that. On Saturday, the 25th, Mars in Libra in your 5th house trine Saturn transiting in your 9th house of Aquarius. So we've got a really nice, like, effort here going on from Mars in your 5th house of, let's say, creativity or even romance to Saturn in your 9th house, which brings a lot of solid hard work. A lot of stability on whatever it is that, let's say, if it is a creative project, it's something you've worked on a really long time. If it's and like long hours, like drudgery kind of thing, okay? If it's a romance, they could even say that too, you know, that there's something that you worked on, some kind of relationship. But it's a time where you have a lot in common with, let's say, like a child or your own children, or you experience something on this day that is like that. You both see eye to eye on whatever it is that you could possibly be doing for fun, or you have the same interests on this day as far as fun goes. No matter what it is that you do, you both experience, like, your takeaway from it is something that you both enjoyed, and it could even be a little bit educational. Okay, for Cancer, on Monday, September 20th, Mercury in Libra in your 4th house trines Jupiter transiting in your 8th house of Aquarius. So, very nice trine from your 4th house of your personal life and your home life, your family. your past and your childhood, but it's where you actually physically live, to your 8th house of other people's resources and money, your partner's resources and money. It's shared wealth and shared debt, though, too, okay? So somebody could be a family member or someone you live with, like a roommate, or if you don't have any of these things, someone could still offer to pay for like one of your bills, like an ongoing bill, like a, let's say like a cable or streaming service or something like that. I don't think it's something really huge, but in a way to just like help you out. Or they could actually give you something for your home, for you to use personally, like an appliance or anything. But again, it could be, you know, having Jupiter in your 8th house of legacies and inheritances. You know, somewhere along the way, somebody could name you as a beneficiary, and you could be on the receiving end somewhere down the line. Jupiter's here till December. Saturn will be here for a little while longer. So that's still in effect, okay? Even with Saturn here by itself, though a lot of times having Saturn here means that someone has to pass away in order to leave you this money, so money or resources. So that could actually happen too, but doesn't necessarily have to. Anyways, this could be one of those times where you receive something personal. You know, it could be monetary, but it could also be just like an family heirloom. Okay. On Wednesday, the 22nd, Mercury in Libra in your 4th house squares Pluto transiting in your 7th house of Capricorn. And your 7th house is your close relationships and partnerships. You know, Pluto's been here a long time now, and so this area of your life has changed off and on. It's usually a big power struggle or somebody trying to dominate you in some way or other. So you've like worked through that already, okay? Like how you're dealing with this person if they're still in your life. But this square from Mercury means that someone, it could be even you, trying to convince one of these close relationships of something, or they could be trying to do this to you, trying to get you to change your mind about something. It could be a living arrangement or something about your home, even where you live. Could be your family, something about your family. Maybe this close friend or partner doesn't feel that your family likes them very much, and that could be true. So, whatever. It's just something where someone's, they're not really manipulating you, they are just kind of aggressively coming at you with an idea that they're trying to force down your throat. Okay, on Thursday, the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio in your 5th house opposes Uranus transiting in your 11th house of Taurus. So this is like a fun transit, I think, for you anyway, because Venus in your 5th house of romance and fun opposing Uranus in your 11th house of friends and you know, groups, your gang, you know, where you go to socialize and where you go to hang out. It's even social media. And I would have to say that you may come across someone that possibly you used to date on social media, or it could be when you are out, physically out somewhere. These two planets together bring about like surprise and unexpected events in your life, and usually it's because it's happening in your house of romance, 5th house to 11th house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. Even means that you know, it could be even with a friend. You know, possibly a friend decides that they're gonna put the moves on you, and you've always just been friends, and you had no idea that they felt this way about you. You know, somebody could like reveal their feelings for you, or you could be out somewhere and run into someone and just have this automatic rapport with them, and it's kind of like those, you know, looking across the room and your eyes meet and you just know that person's the one for you, something like that. Also though, this is the time to just do something fun on the spur of the moment. If you had plans for this day, they could change, and you end up doing something a lot more fun than you had originally planned. It's kind of looking for an adventure or just to do something different. You want to do something completely different. You're kind of bored. On Saturday the 20th. Okay, sorry about that, Cancer. It happened again. That whole cutoff thing. Sorry about that. I caught it this time, though, okay? Anyways, okay, on Saturday, September 25th, Mars in Libra in your 4th house, trine Saturn, traveling in your 8th house of Aquarius, okay? So we're back to the 8th house of other people's resources and money, okay? And your 4th house of your home life, your family, your personal life. This is like a very nice, like stabilizing effect. Having Mars in your 4th house means there's an awful lot of activity going on here right now, even if you are doing some heavy-duty remodeling, okay, getting new things for your home. And in fact, somebody could gift you this right now with either money to do that very thing. Maybe you've applied for, let's say, like a bank loan for home improvements or something like that, or somebody could just give you something for your home, okay? Again, like an appliance, or it could be, you know, a family heirloom, you know, having Jupiter here, I've already mentioned, and Saturn. Like really activate this house. So throughout the times that both of these planets are here, that's always going to be an effect where people give you things, okay, or you know, an increase in something or other, you know, and this is passive money. This is money coming to you through means other than earning it. So it's, you know, refunds, credits, any kind of settlement that you're waiting on. So this just, you know, it helps. But as far as resources go, people are also resources. So if you needed help with your home, even if you're moving things around there, you know, you need help moving furniture or something like that, this would be the time to ask for help doing something like that. Okay, so for Leo, on Monday, September 20th, Mercury in Libra in your 3rd house, trines Jupiter, transiting in your 7th house of Aquarius. Okay, so your 3rd house is your everyday life, big travel and communication house, and Mercury is the natural ruler of this house, so all your communications are increased right now, even through regular postal mail and email and phone, cell phone, whatever. Nice trine to your 7th house of close relationships means that, you know, possibly right now these are partnerships, romantic, business, or again, just like close relationships, then maybe you are making plans with a friend, even could be a close friend, you to do something in like your area, you know, possibly even your 3rd house is siblings and cousins. Maybe you're getting together with, let's say, like some kind of outing or even picnic at this time. You know, certain parts of the world, it's still pretty warm. It's warm where I am right now, too, and it normally isn't this warm. Okay, in Northeast, in Pennsylvania. But you could also have a really nice conversation with someone right now that you're very close to. And this is also, as far as business partners go, okay, this is the house of contracts and signing things and making arrangements and agreements. Okay, the signing part and the contract part is both like a 3rd and a 7th house thing. So if with a business arrangement, you're like really getting the most that you can possibly get out of any kind of like partnership with a business partner. Okay, maybe perhaps even like changing or making new arrangements. As far as a romantic partner goes, same thing. And there could be even like a close friend that you both agree to, you know, help each other out in some way or other. But you know, it could come down to actually signing some kind of contract, or even if it's verbal, maybe something that, or a handshake deal. Okay, on Wednesday, the 22nd, Mercury in Libra in your third house squares Pluto, transiting in your sixth house of Capricorn. And the sixth house is like your third in ways that it is also like your everyday life, but it's more or less kind of like your schedule. It's also the house of the kind of work that you do in the workplace, okay, and your co-workers, but it's the house of service too, okay. So just a square to Pluto kind of means that someone is trying to get you to change your mind about something, or they're trying to get you to believe something or influence your way of thinking. It's not like it's a lie or anything. It's just that they want what they want and you want what you want, you know. So this could be occurring, let's say, like in the workplace. You know, somebody could be trying to, again, sway you to go their way or think their way. And as far as, let's say, like your personal life goes and this whole service to other things, you know, I always say it's a 50-50 thing. Usually someone in your life needs help in some way or other, so they ask you for a favor, but you also need help in some way or other, and you both help each other out. It's like a 50-50 thing where you both benefit, okay? But in this way, somebody could be kind of like imposing themselves on you. You know, they want you to do something for them, and maybe you're not even comfortable with doing it. You know, it could be something not shady, but just something you're not comfortable doing. Okay. On Thursday, the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio in your fourth house opposes Uranus transiting in your 10th house of Taurus. So, these are very nice. It's a very nice transit, okay? It's bizarre as it could possibly be, though. So Venus in your fourth house of your private life and home life opposes Uranus in your 10th house of your career and your most public life. And these two planets together bring about like a spark of unusual and unexpected events in both of these areas of your life. So in your personal life, someone could, I don't know, accuse you of possibly having an affair with your boss, or doing something or other, you know, even like publicly, you know, some kind of public display, and not even that you did do this, but they could just like be assuming that this or that is going on in some way or other. You know, having Uranus in your 10th house brings a lot of unusual gossip about you. Okay, and when you listen to some of this stuff, you wonder, wow, I wished I had such an exciting life, you know. All kinds of things come out, and people just speculate a lot of times as to, let's say, what you're up to, you know. Maybe they're unable to find out. So they make stuff up, you know. And this could be one of those times. It could be a family member even, you know, saying something like this. Also, though, there is the possibility that somebody that you work with, a higher up or something like that, could hit on you. And it's totally unexpected. Whatever's going on here is something you're not really expecting, okay? But this also is a time where you just want something a little bit different, a little bit more exciting, more adventurous happening in your life. And you could even like be viewing your own outer persona as a way to enhance it in some way or other, or wonder, how do people see me? You know, do they think I'm boring? Do they think I'm exciting? Do they think whatever, you know? So it for some reason or other, this is on your mind, you know. And it could be because someone brought the subject up. It's not like you sit there and wonder about, oh, am I an exciting person, you know? But something could happen to trigger that thought. So somebody could do or say something, okay? Somebody could also, I just want to say, do something a little bit silly or, you know, corny, or something like profess their love for you in a public, like, arena, of some kind, public spotlight, okay? On Saturday, the 25th, Mars in Libra in your 3rd house, trine Saturn transiting in your 7th house of Aquarius. So this is very nice, very nice stabilizing effect to your close relationships in your 7th house, okay, with a close friend or partner or some kind or other. And you know, the 3rd house being like your everyday life and the people you would meet throughout the normal course of your day. It's your area that you live in, it's your neighbors, the businesses that you frequent, and the people that you are in contact with there. And it seems like your partners in some way or other just mesh really well with your life, your everyday life. It's a time where you have like fun. There's like enjoyment, that you're able to do things either in your area or their area, but it's something that goes smoothly. So for Virgo, on Monday, September 20th, Mercury in Libra in your 2nd house trines Jupiter transiting in your 6th house of Aquarius. So 2nd house is earned income, how you earn your money, and your 6th house is the kind of work that you do and the workplace. So obviously this very nice trine here increases your either your workload or gives you a new assignment or something or other that brings in more money. Okay, it increases your possibly could be a raise. It looks like maybe even a new assignment, or there's a new coworker there that I don't know, enhances or helps you in some way or other. But that's, I would have to say, is what's going on here is, you know, you're either given more responsibility at work or not necessarily a promotion, just more responsibility. But it looks like they're actually going to compensate you this time. You know, a lot of times they just pile it on, but to me it looks like you're actually going to get the money that you should get along with this, along with all the responsibility, okay? On Wednesday, the 22nd, Mercury in your 2nd house in Libra squares Pluto transiting in your 5th house of Capricorn. So again, we're back to money or what you own, valuables that you own, things like investments or, you know, because if you don't work at all and you're retired, there's still some income that you have coming in, or how else would you be living, right? So this area is, you know, squaring your 5th house of fun and entertainment and children, gambling, speculation, creative projects, sorry. Romance, you know, it's not like a very big deal. These two planets together, though, sometimes indicate someone trying to get you to change your mind about something or think their way or influence your way of thinking, okay? It could be a child even trying to wrap you around their little finger, and by giving them permission to do something fun, you know, or to go with their friends somewhere or other, or a romance or a creative project, or even some kind of form of entertainment. You know, you have to spend, you will have to spend money in order to do this very thing or pursue this very thing. So maybe it's something you're not sure you really want to do. Okay. On Thursday, the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio in your 3rd house opposes Uranus transiting in your 9th house of Taurus. So this is actually a very fun transit. It brings a little bit of excitement into your life. Your 3rd and your 9th house are big communication and travel houses, and I would have to say that you would may possibly get a very unexpected phone call or email, or even something really nice, a regular postal mail, like a card, even if it's a postcard, from someone who either lives in another country or lives at a distance from you. It could be, you know, a surprise to like hear from this person. but it brings back like you know, a lot of memories. I really don't think it's someone from your past, but for some reason, you know, it's just someone that you least expect you would be hearing from. Could be a phone call, even just out of the blue, you know. But if that's not the case, both of these are again travel houses, and one's local travel, third house, ninth house is long distance travel. You could just on this day, even you know, just to do something different. You're looking for a little bit of excitement. Normally, your third house is like your immediate area, your neighbors, your neighborhood kind of thing. Maybe you'll attend, let's say, something that you don't normally do, like go to a museum or some place of interest. Could be educational, but it's also, in a way, something like an adventure, something different. You do something different this day. You might even set out to do plans that you have, but end up doing something completely different, okay? Which usually turns out to be better, okay? On Saturday, Mars in Libra in your second house trines Saturn transiting in your sixth house of Aquarius. Very nice trine again from your second house of income and increasing your income. Having Mars here, that's like the goal, you know. It energizes this area to bring in a new source of income or increase your current income in some way. And a trine to Saturn in your sixth house of the workplace, and a kind of work that you do kind of stabilizes your position there. Sometimes anymore, everything's really up in the air. You never know what's going on from day to day as far as employment goes. But there's something in your life or about you that does give you the benefit of the doubt, like you are usually kept right in there. You're like you're on a very short list all the time as far as work goes. So you normally don't have to worry about whether or not you're going to have a job. Okay, so for Libra, on Monday, September 20th, Mercury in your first house in Libra trines Jupiter transiting in your fifth house of Aquarius. So your fifth house is the house of fun and romance, creativity, speculation, children, entertainment of any kind, dancing, drama, you know, attending a play or doing one of these things. Having Mercury in your first house makes you very talkative at this time. You're just reaching out and touching everybody as far as conversations go. You're calling people, writing people. So this is one of those times. This trine to Jupiter in your fifth house opens up an awful lot of opportunities for new romance, brings in new collaborations with people as far as creativity goes. You know, the time spent with your child or someone else's children or something like that. But new opportunities for fun, though, too. Okay, you know, you also have Saturn here at the same time, so maybe your love life was getting like really boring, or the person you were with was like a real snore, you know, or that you kept meeting the same kind of people. So it could just right now bring like breathe new life into whatever in your fifth house, your romance, your creative project, anything. On Wednesday, the 22nd, Mercury again in your first house in Libra squares Pluto, transiting in your fourth house of Capricorn. So your fourth house is your family, your home life, where you actually live, and the people you live with, if it's a roommate or family, or even if you just like live by yourself. This transit usually brings about someone trying to convince you of doing something differently, thinking differently, changing your mind. Okay, and it could be about your home or where you live, whatever it is that you're doing at home. If it is, it could even be you, though. You know, you may be the one trying to influence whomever. in regards to, let's say if you have a roommate or a family member or something like that. But your fourth house is also your personal life and your childhood and your past. So it could be something on that line. I don't really think so. You would have to be, you know, where, if you live alone though, this really isn't going to affect you too much. But there could always be someone in your life, like your family. Even if you live alone, there's still family around somewhere. So they could, I don't know, be trying to get you to change something about wherever it is that you live. Okay. On Thursday, the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio in your second house opposes Uranus transiting in your 8th house of Taurus. And this is a really nice transit. It's between the money houses. Your second house is earned income. 8th house is other people's money and resources. Having the planet Uranus in your 8th house means that there's always going to be sudden and unusual events happening in this area of your 8th house, okay? And this opposition from Venus just means that something just like that could occur on this day, where very unexpected and sudden either opportunities to increase your income, or you're on the receiving end of some kind of, it could be a little bit of a windfall, not anything huge. Someone could, you could win a contest if you've entered one. Okay, you may be gambling in some way or other, just due to the fact that you have Jupiter in your 5th house of gambling. And even though Saturn's there, that Jupiter really kicks in there and makes you want to gamble. Okay. So you could have prize money coming in. You could have, the 8th house is also inheritances and legacies. Somebody could leave you something. You could be very surprised by that. Who it is could be the surprise factor here, or how much, or whatever it is. Okay. So it brings about, these two planets together bring about unusual and sudden event in usually romance, okay, because Venus is involved here. So I would have to say maybe it's somebody that really, you know, cares about you. It could be an ex even that, I don't know, benefits you in some way or other. Having Venus in your second house of luxury items, income, things that you own that are valuable, Venus will attract these things to you. Okay, so to me that's what it looks like, is you could even just possibly have access to someone else's resources. And but usually what the twist is, who it is could surprise you, or what it is, or how much it is. Okay. On Saturday, the 25th, Mars in Libra in your 1st house, trine Saturn, transiting in your 5th house of Aquarius. So, yeah, you know, we're back to a very nice, like when you had the trine from Mercury to Jupiter here. It's the same thing, only this Mars really gives you, to Saturn, okay, gives a stabilizing effect to whatever it is that you are trying to do. Having Mars in your 1st house right now makes you really aggressive and energetic in going after what is personally important to you. So it's a 5th house thing right now with this trine. What's important to you? Your romance, a creative project, speculation of some kind, entertainment, fun, anything like that. So it just puts a really good spin on whatever it is that you might be doing that could be a little bit risky. Okay, because if it is some kind of risk, it seems to work out for you, though, on this day anyway. Okay, so for Scorpio, on Monday the 20th, Mercury in Libra in your 12th house trines Jupiter, transiting in your 4th house of Aquarius. So having these planets in your 12th house of secrets and behind the scenes occurrences by you or someone else. You know, Mercury, I always say, is the big investigator when it's in the 12th house. You like do a little bit of snooping when this planet's here, but a very nice trine to your 4th house of your personal life and your family and your home life. You know, means that maybe you are finding out some things about even a family member or someone you live with, like a roommate. Could even be something about your past or your childhood. That's another 4th house thing. That you're like finding out that that makes you feel good in some way or other. You know, it's not like you were really needing to know something like this, but it could be something that you like fall into accidentally. You come across some kind of information about your past that's actually really good. On Wednesday, the 22nd, Mercury again in your 12th house in Libra squares Pluto, transiting in your 3rd house of Capricorn. And usually this transit is someone like trying to get you to change your mind or influence your way of thinking in some way or other. And this is like, again, happening behind the scenes because Mercury's in your 12th house right now. So if you are having some kind of conversation with, let's say, like a neighbor or a sibling or your cousins or something, this is the 3rd house thing, okay? You're sensing that they're trying to get you to do something. They're trying to sway your opinion, but you're not really saying anything right now, but you're getting the gist of it. You know what I mean? Because this is happening in your mind, in your 12th house. You're secretly thinking, yeah, what are they trying to get me to do? Or why do they want me to think this about, let's say, like my cousin or my brother or sister or my neighbor or something? You know, it's like somebody could be gossiping or something, and they're trying to get you to believe something about someone. On Thursday, the 23rd, Venus in your 1st house in Scorpio opposes Uranus, transiting in your 7th house of Taurus. So this is, I think, a really fun transit. It brings about very unexpected and sudden like twists and turns in relationships, because that's what's going on here right now. Your 7th house is your close relationships, partnerships, romantic, business, close friend. That's where you have the planet Uranus right now, and Venus is in your 1st house. So if you're not in the middle of a relationship right now, you may be suddenly attracted to someone, and they could be completely different than anyone you've ever been attracted to before. In fact, they could be not your type or what your type used to be. All of a sudden there's this like wild attraction that you have for someone right now. If you're already in a relationship, something could happen within that relationship that kind of throws you off a little bit. Somebody could slip up and say something that makes you feel a little bit self-conscious or something, or you know, something like that. But that wasn't meant that way. Okay, but that's the way you take it. So it like works on you. You know, you'd like never forget it. But this is a fun transit. This is a day when you may set out to do one thing and you end up doing something completely different that is a lot more fun. It's to bring excitement and adventure into your life. You know, get away from the everyday boredom. So that's what this transit is good for. And this is something that you should do with a close friend or partner. On Saturday, the 25th, Mars in Libra in your 12th house trine Saturn, transiting in your 4th house of Aquarius. So we're back to your home life and your family, your personal life. You know, there's possibly something that you're doing. Having Mars in your 12th house kind of makes you very busy behind the scenes and doing things that you can do to protect yourself in some way or other, solidify your position, no matter in what, you know, your close relationships or your home life, something like that. But you could be doing something that really puts, again, it's a stabilizing effect to Saturn. That's what Saturn does, is it creates stability. And Mars is action of some kind. So you could possibly be taking some kind of action to stabilize your home. You know, protect your home or wherever it is that you live, or your personal life, or something with your family. But whatever it is, it's something really good. For Sagittarius, a special shout out to Bob for all of his support, my fellow Sagittarian. Thank you very, very much. Anyway, for Sagittarius, on Monday, September 20th, Mercury in Libra in your 11th house trines Jupiter, transiting in your 3rd house of Aquarius. So all these planets in Libra are in your 11th house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. Your friends, acquaintances, any kind of group or organization that you belong to, and where you would normally go to hang out. It is social media. It's your most sociable house, okay? Your 3rd house is like your everyday life and your like neighborhood, the places where you would normally go throughout the course of a day. Big communication and travel house. And both of these planets, Mercury and Jupiter, are the big travel and communication planets, but mainly travel. Okay, so you could be like making plans for some kind of upcoming trip, or even taking one right now, even if it's local, like in your immediate area. But you could be making some kind of really big plans, possibly. But it's involving either your friends or, again, some kind of goal that you have. That's what the 11th house is. And Mars is here also right now. So it's really making you a little bit aggressive or more energetic in going after a certain dream or wish or something that you have. Very nice trine to Jupiter in your 3rd house of your everyday life, though. But communications through, like, let's say, email, regular postal mail, telephone message of some kind, text message even. So you could get even some kind of message from a friend at this time, or an acquaintance even, or something on social media, okay, something that helps you in some way, or even if it just makes you feel good. Okay, on Wednesday, the 22nd, Mercury again in Libra in your 11th house squares Pluto, transiting in your 2nd house of Capricorn. And this transit is kind of like someone trying to influence your way of thinking, or trying to sway your opinion on something or other. So I guess it would have to be, I'll say, let's say an organization maybe, or a group, even if it's like a Facebook group or something, that someone is trying to get you to think something or agree with their opinion. How's that? But it's occurring to your 2nd house of income. So, you know, I would have to say maybe could be money's involved in some way or other, but your 2nd house is not only what you own that is valuable, but it's your own personal value. So somebody could be trying to influence the way you feel towards, let's say, a certain issue or subject or something like that. So not like a very big deal, but, you know, you keep it in mind. You can see it coming, you know. On Thursday, the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio in your 12th house opposes Uranus, transiting in your 6th house of Taurus. So this transit is actually like kind of fun, okay? First of all, having Venus in your 12th house of secrets and behind the scenes occurrences or actions by you or someone else means that maybe you have a secret crush, or you find out that someone has a secret crush about you. But this opposition to Uranus in your 6th house of the workplace, okay, co-workers, you know, the kind of work that you do. So it could be somebody you work with. You could even find out that someone you work with does have the hots for you, or you know, or maybe you do feel that way about them. But these two planets together bring a sudden and unexpected occurrence. So somebody could just hit on you, you know, and it could be, again, at work, but it could be anywhere. But this is the house that this is occurring in. Okay, so you know, it's just something to keep in mind. But these two planets together bring about the desire to do something different, you know, put a little spice in your life, or something a little bit more adventurous or interesting even. You know, maybe you're bored with anything, your love life or whatever, but you know, a lot of times something occurs within your relationship. In fact, it could be, let's say if this is at work, you know, maybe you work closely with someone and they could say or do something that makes you uncomfortable, makes you feel uncomfortable because you view it as like a come on of some kind, and it could possibly be just that, but you're not sure exactly how to take it, so it kind of makes you feel uncomfortable. But this is a transit to use for doing something fun, different, more adventurous and exciting. Okay. On Saturday, the 25th, Mars in Libra in your 11th house trines Saturn transiting in your 3rd house of Aquarius. So we're back to very nice trine from your 11th house to your 3rd. So I would have to say your friends probably have something to do with this one a little bit. Okay, so Mars, again, being very energetic means that you're like really active right now with your group of friends, or socializing, even if it is online, you know, if you're not physically going out. So this just brings your ability to make really stable and solid connections with people, especially those possibly within your own immediate area. Okay, anything to Saturn. Saturn governs stability. Okay, so Mars is action, and these two planets together just means that if there was something possibly going on within your life, like your everyday life or your immediate area, or something with your neighbors, you know, or your neighborhood, it brings, like, again, like I said, a stabilizing effect. Okay, it's not so up in the air or not so unpredictable. Okay. For Capricorn, on Monday, September 20th, Mercury in Libra in your 10th house trines Jupiter transiting in your 2nd house of Aquarius. So your 10th house is your house of your career and your livelihood and your public life, how you're known by reputation professionally and personally, and how people speak about you publicly, how they view you. Okay, your 2nd house, where you have Jupiter transiting right now, is your earned income, your house of earned income. So these are both totally related. Okay, so you're in the public eye right now, you know, planets in your 10th house. So whatever it is that you're doing, you're enabling your effort, okay, to bring in more money. There's an increase in income somewhere along the way here, or you're making connections with very important people that are, you know, throwing work your way or putting in a good word for you, or even if you're retired or you don't work at all, there's still some kind of schmoozing, okay, that you're doing right now, rubbing elbows with people, that is increasing your income. Okay. On Wednesday, the 22nd, Mercury again in Libra in your 10th house squares Pluto transiting in your 1st house of Capricorn. So this transit is usually when someone tries to change your mind about something or influence your opinion about something. Okay, and they're a little bit pushy, and that's what this is. You know, it's occurring in your 10th house, so you may meet someone. It could be a higher up if you do work for someone else, or it could be a prestigious client that you just want to be like a yes person for now, just because you don't want to lose the account. But they could be trying to get you to agree with them, and or like I said, or again, change your mind. So if you could just bypass this effort from this person, then that's what you do. You know, you just take it with a grain of salt. On Thursday, the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio in your 10th house opposes Uranus transiting in your 5th house. I'm sorry, in your Venus in your 11th house. Is that what I said? In Scorpio, okay, opposes Uranus transiting in your 5th house of Taurus. So this is a really neat transit. Okay, it brings about sudden, unexpected events, usually in romance. Okay, because that's exactly where it's going on in your life, where you have Uranus in your 5th house of romance, and creativity, speculation. 11th house is your friends, your acquaintances, where you would normally go to hang out, and it's social media. So right now you could have a very like unexpected run-in, even like meeting someone possibly that you used to date, okay? Or you could have like an immediate attraction to someone that you meet at this time. One of those, you know, your eyes meet across the room and you're just like, oh, love at first sight or something like that, okay? Or it could even be something that occurs online, okay, in social media, that you have some kind of attraction to someone and they you know, and it's very unusual, very different. A lot of times there's an age difference here, or they are completely different than anyone you've ever dated or you would even be interested in. They're very strange or unusual in some way, or the attraction is, maybe that's why there is the attraction, you know. It's could be, you know, some kind of relationship that you build with this person that's very not really up in the air, but a lot of fun, something different, big adventure. That's what you're looking for right now, something a little different, something far more interesting. And that's kind of like what you're getting right now, but it might not be all that stable, but it's something that comes and goes. On Saturday, the 25th, Mars in Libra in your 10th house trines Saturn, transiting in your 2nd house of Aquarius. So we're back to the very nice, again, it's, I keep saying, you know, in all of these so far, it's a stabilizing effect, okay? Having Saturn in your 2nd house of income has kind of dried up or affected your income in some way. It should be increasing, but as soon as it does, it goes right back out again. You know, it evens out. Okay, so you never feel like you're really getting ahead. Having Mars in your 10th house means that you're after a really nice position right now. Even you could even be receiving some kind of award or recognition even. But whatever it is, your persona and your reputation is bringing in or stabilizing your effort to bring in more money, bring in a new source of income, or increase what you already have. Okay, for Aquarius, on Monday, September 20th, Mercury in Libra in your 9th house trines Jupiter, transiting in your 1st house of Aquarius. So this is very nice. Trying to, you know, Jupiter in your 1st house is very expansive and should have been opening up all kinds of opportunities for you to explore. Okay, your 9th house is just that. It's the house of adventure. Okay, long distance travel and communications, media, publishing, higher learning, religious and philosophical beliefs. So all of these things are a little bit more interesting to you right now, okay? But you could be having some kind of long distance relationship with someone right now. They could be from another country, but they could actually just be someone with a completely different background than yours. You could actually view them as some kind of guru or a mentor of some kind. And or they could see you that way, you know, but you have some kind of rapport that's psychological even, okay? This could be a time to travel, though. Both of these planets, Mercury and Jupiter, they're the travel planets. So you could actually be leaving for something, some kind of trip or something on this day. On Wednesday, the 22nd, Mercury again in your 9th house of Libra squares Pluto, transiting in your 12th house of Capricorn. So, you know, having Pluto in your 12th house of secrets and behind the scenes actions taken by you or someone else, or you know, it's many other things, but I would have to say that Mercury at this time could be you. This transit usually is someone trying to convince you to to sway your opinion in some way or other. They're trying to get you to change your mind or agree with them about something. So this could be about, again, a philosophy or opinions, even if they're political. Could be religious beliefs or something like that, or just a different cultural kind of thing, you know. So I believe that you're going to just secretly, you know, bite your tongue and not really say anything, just because it's occurring in your 12th house of behind the scenes. So it doesn't seem all that important to you right now. And in fact, you're dead set on your own opinions anyway, so nobody's really ever going to sway you. So you just feel like, you know, why bother, you know. On Thursday the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio in your 10th house opposes Uranus transiting in your 4th house of Taurus. So this is a very nice transit. It brings about unexpected and sudden opportunities for adventure and excitement. It may also cause something to occur, let's say like in a love relationship, romantic relationship, that might throw you off for a second there. It could be that, you know, your 10th house is your house of your career and how people see and view you publicly, how you're known by reputation, personally and professionally. Your 4th house is your home life and your private life. You know, somebody could publicly make some kind of, I don't know, some kind of, like woo you in some way or other. You know, that's could be a little bit embarrassing. They may, let's say even, I want to say post something on social media, even though that's not going on right now in your chart, but it's still there. You know, but it creates some kind of, like for a split second or something, a little bit of maybe uncomfortable, you know, maybe even a higher up or a boss could hit on you or ask you even something very personal about your life, especially if you're married. You know, they may inquire about your spouse or something weird like that. Okay, on the other hand, this is one of those times where you could be in the right place at the right time, like the 100th person at the grocery store who wins something or other, you know, very spontaneous, something fun though. But this is supposed to bring about the adventurous side of you. You could start out with plans to do one thing and end up doing something completely different on this day, but it actually turns out to be a lot more fun. On Saturday, the 25th, Mars in Libra in your 9th house, trine Saturn, transiting in your 1st house of Aquarius. So these two planets together, Mars brings action, Saturn brings stability. So that's exactly what's going on here right now. You may have, 9th house is also legal matters, so maybe you have either taken some kind of action or part of some kind of legal matter that turns out in your favor. Some kind of move that you make is actually something very good. It's a good thing that you did it, okay? Again, we're back to travel though, or some kind of relationship with someone that they could either be a mentor or a teacher. Maybe you are actually learning something right now. And it doesn't even have to be in like a regular class setting. It could be someone just showing you how to do something, but it's something you've always wanted to learn. It could be just an interest, but it could also be something that maybe somewhere down the line you could use like to make money. It could become a source of an income. For Pisces, on Monday, September 20th, Mercury in Libra in your 8th house, trines Jupiter, transiting in your, let's see here, 12th house of Aquarius. These are both very nice travel planets, actually. But Mercury in your 8th house of other people's resources and money and many, many other things, to your 12th house of secrets and behind the scenes occurrences, actions taken by you or someone else. I would have to say that someone may be secretly helping you right now, either financially. They could be paying for possibly your way to travel. Maybe you're taking some kind of trip right now, even if that's in the future. They're going to pay for it, or they are giving you access to whatever it is that they have, because this is also the house of resources. You may also be hiding bills, credit card bills, or any kind of bill, or bank statements or something like that from someone, so they can't see what you've spent, or maybe you know about, let's say, like a partner's, debt, or something that they've done, money that they've spent, or and you're not really letting on yet that you know the situation about money. Okay. On Wednesday the 22nd, Mercury again in your 8th house of Libra squares Pluto, transiting in your 11th house of Capricorn. So your 11th house is your most sociable house. It's social media, it's your friends, where you would normally go to hang out. It's also your dreams, hopes, and wishes. So this transit, though, is usually when someone is trying to influence your way of thinking. They're trying to get you to change your mind, or to think more their way. They want you to agree with them. And so, it's kind of like minor, actually. I don't really think it's going to affect you too much. But this could happen from a friend. They might want you to agree about, even like another friend, something that they're trying to get you to go, oh yeah, I know that about them too. Even though you really don't. You might just ignore whatever it is that's being said to you at this time. On Thursday, the 23rd, Venus in Scorpio in your 9th house opposes Uranus, transiting in your 3rd house of Taurus. And this is a very fun transit. It brings about very unexpected, like communications in this case, because your 3rd and your 9th house are long distance and local communications, but they're the big travel houses too. So you could receive some kind of long distance phone call or message of some kind, even if it's regular postal mail, like a card, even a postcard, even a phone call, text message, something like that. You could suddenly, though, decide to get up and travel. I would have to say in this case it's local, though, because this is something that is unplanned. Usually this transit brings about like the opportunity for excitement and adventure. Okay, so you may start out with plans, certain plans for that day, but that you don't do them. You end up doing something completely different that actually turns out to be a lot more fun. But because there is Venus involved here, I might even say that there could be a long distance romance going on here right now, and that this person may suddenly surprise you by showing up on your doorstep. Okay? I don't know, it's just something to consider. Okay, so I hope everyone enjoyed their astrological forecast for this week. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, okay? And check out my monthly forecast, and I will see you all next week. Goodbye.